Hey, what is up? Welcome to Eco. In the last episode, we built this new room here for the laboratory and for the paper machine, since we took the paper milling skill. And the other thing we did was building a couple of blast furnaces down back behind here. And I started to use this first one over here to make quicklime, so there's a bit of quicklime in here. I also moved between episodes some of that quicklime back to the glass making house. So we have some of it over here, I think over here. There's a bit left, and I made a bunch of glass off camera, so because we will use that for ink in this episode, because the next skill I want to take will be painting, because with painting we can make ink, and with ink and paper together we can make all kinds of modern research papers. And that star for the next skill is only a little over a minute away. There's one more thing that I did between episodes, apart from farming a bit of stuff, making quicklime and so on. I replaced the 8 stockpiles in here with one large lumber stockpile. However, I realized that this last blast furnace does not really reach that one. So I might have to move things around a bit between episodes, but for now I will leave it as it is, because we are not that far that we can do the smelting effectively in the blast furnaces just yet. So let's see, what do we want to do? We want to take the painting skill. With the painting skill, we can only do things at one table, which is the paint mixer. And over there we can make art supplies, we can make base paint, which we can use to make colored paints to paint our houses. We can make oil paints, and then we want to skill to level 4 to make the ink, because that is the important part. There was the ding of the star. So let us take the skill. I think this one is over here. Yes, it is. Apparently I still have to read the book, so well, let's quickly make one. Painting skill book takes 5 engineering papers, 5 gathering papers. I thought I had already taken that one on. Let me quickly go through the books in the bookshelves so I don't make it twice. Pottery masons, cooking, smelting, milling, shipwright, tailoring. So these are 8. Plus 8 more. No painting in here either. Oops. Plus 1 more, the farming skill book. Let's see. So this is lots of charcoal powder that shouldn't be up here. So I will have to go down and restrict this 1 mil over here. Let me see. That up there is correct, but I should not be able to put stuff into the bookshelves. Let me quickly get the tractor, or maybe just a wheelbarrow or something like that, to move things over. But as we saw, I don't have the painting skill book up there, so let me see whether I can find this stuff. Let's take these and these, And I guess I shouldn't have moved them out of there. So 1, 2 more. And these go over. And I bring all this over to the lab building because we will need that charcoal powder to make paint later. So this goes in here. And this chest already is almost full. Well, let's see. Let's start from the beginning. Paint skill book is over here. One of those. And I want 5 gathering papers. And 5 mechanic papers. What are they called? Engineering research papers. Which means we will need 10 water wheels, 10 windmills. I should make those first. I guess those are made here. That's 10 water wheels. And 10 windmills. So we will need a bunch of lubricants. We will need 57 linen fabric, sorry. And you will need 38-ish hull planks. So let's take this again. Can I access the linen fabric over here? Yes. I guess all of it, more or less. I'll put the rest back later. Can I reach the lubricant over here? I can't. But I can reach it over here, right? Yes. That probably is not enough. So let's make some grease. Where is our other wheelbarrow? Over there. Let's move this up. And put the lubricant in here. That should suffice for some time, but I think I will have to make a to move some more over. But for now, that should be enough. And all of this has to be moved into the basic engineering. Alright, let's pick this up. And then we will need to supply the stuff needed for the gathering papers. Gathering papers need 30 raw food each, so 150 and 100 plant fibers. We have some of those, so those will be 56 left. No, 36 left. $150 raw food, 36 plant fibers. Okay. 36, and well, let's just take 150 of those. I guess in here. All right. Let's move over the lubricant. I guess this will be spilling over somewhere as well. So let's just make some more tallow. Render fat, right? Yes. 80. Well, let's do 200. Remove half of the scrap meat. And I guess I can't carry all of these, right? Or can I? No. Let's move these to the front for now. And carry stuff over. And these advanced papers go over here. And where's my wheelbarrow with all the stuff? It's in here. Alright, I guess I will skip ahead in the video to the point where I've made the book. Apparently I did not prepare that very well. Sorry for that. And I'll see you in a couple minutes. Okay, those were the last water wheels in here. I'm now about done. The book will pop in a second. And here we are. Let's read the book. Let's take that into our inventory so I can move it around later. And then we can learn the painting skill. Deposit these in there, and now we need the paint table. So what was it called? It is the paint mixer. Paint mixer is made at the carpentry table. So let's head over and make one. Apparently this needs iron bars, so let's get a few. From the smelting stockpile. Here we go. And I guess the paint mixer goes into this corner, and then I will go ahead and add a second chest because it appears that it needs a lot of things. This one already is called paper and painting, but we will need all the space. So, storage. None of them. Paper and painting. You take from here, you put into here. And if there's no room, then you put stuff into the research. I guess that should do it. So let's start crafting things. So we can make art supplies, base paint, oil paint for now. This one takes flaxseed oil and colored powder, which we can make at a mill. This one is the base paint for painting houses. White powder, oil, which we have as flaxseed oil. I made a bunch of that in between the last 2 episodes. Art supplies needs oil paint, canvas, and wood board. I don't think I will be making those for now. I'll just use base paint and oil paint for now, and maybe some cyan powder later. So let me get some colored powder. Let me get some iron bars and white powder. I think I'll use the truck for that to transport things. Let me see. 1, 2, 3 stacks of this. Truck in front of the door, and this is my mill for all kinds of things. This goes here. I think this goes here as well, and that one for now. Let us craft a few more colored powders. Let's say 200. Let's move all of these over here. And these will have to go into the research stockpile. And you should get access to that one as well. Here you go. Alright, let us craft base paint. Basic upgrades. Let's make a basic upgrade first. I guess I will fast forward that for you as well. See you in a second. Alright, here we go. With the basic upgrade 4. Let's put it in here. There we go. And starts 100, 120. I guess we can start 200, right? Yeah. Let's go for 200, and then we'll supply the additional white powder over here. Or should I go... I go low. 80 for now. Let's craft those and see how they go. Oil paint. Let's also queue 20 for now of those. Are they faster? No, just a tiny bit faster. So I'll just queue 20, 40 for now. I'll eat something, and that should do it for now. This will take a while. I'll bring some more white powder over. But when the first paint here is done, then we can have a look at what we actually can do with the paint. So there's no white powder in the storage over here, so we have to make some. Let's make 200 for now. Well, 200 crafts maybe is a bit much, so let's go for a fifth of that. 40. Level 2 for painting. Where do you put the buckets? Let's move this into front. Are they... No, they're not back there. They should be in here, right? Oh, they are up here. Great. Okay. So what we can do now is we can start mixing. We can make black paint color. We can try to mix the black one or the different colors ones. Different kinds of magenta. Different kinds of pink, depending on which colors we use over here. Let me see. Let's get some red. Maybe a bit darker. Maybe less pink. On the other hand, for the kitchen walls, I would like to have white bricks. So let us try those. And make 10 of those for now. Let's go ahead and mix those. Now we should have base paint, which we cannot use for painting, but we have white paint that we can use. But I will have to make a paint sprayer first. I think that's back here at the grindstone. No. Anvil, maybe. We have a wooden paint sprayer, but I know there's also an iron paint, I think, sprayer. Let's see. That one is made at the blacksmith table over here. We have blacksmith 7, right? Well, let's go and make the blacksmith upgrade, the normal one. I should have one in here already, right? Yes. So this one goes in there. And then we go for the iron paint sprayer and move that one in front. We will need 5 iron plates and 3 glass. Do you already have access to the mechanics chest? Yes, you do. So let's get the glass. There is level 3, so let's quickly take the focused workflow for speedy crafting, so we can cut these 2 times up here in half. Why are you not working on this one? Because you're missing the plates. Okay, so 1.5 minutes to make the plates and then 1 second more to make the paint sprayer. That's okay. Do we want other colors? I think I want to try... So we can have gray, we can have dark gray, charcoal, almost black, and really black. I think I want to try the almost black, right? Let's try the charcoal. Mix one of those This will already be 20 bucks. And we can just play around a bit. So, what else? 20 seconds until the plates are done. You already see these times have been cut in half, so let's play with some paint until we reach level 4. You should have put your stuff up here in storage. Great. And this one goes back in here, because that's the one we switch out in the anvil when we use this kind of stuff. Storage. Let's take the white paint buckets. Drag them in here. And let us start spraying the wall. So we have the white walls again that I had before. And this takes some time. I guess I will continue this later. But for now, I like these white walls. Maybe I will take some darker color later for the wood stuff up here. But we will see. What we can also make is using only like 25% coating or something like that. So you see something of the red shine through the brick, but let me go for 100% white bricks for now. Okay, I guess that is something to play around with between episodes, because we just hit level 4. And that means I should be crafting... What should I be crafting? I should be crafting ink. Let's queue 40 ink for now. Let's queue 80 ink, because we will need them. That needs 44 glass. I'll bring that over with the truck. In a second, as soon as I have some more food. One of these, one of those, 4 of these, and actually we need 2 of each of these 2. Move those together, and then we are missing 4 rows. Great. Get the truck and move over 2 or 3 stacks of glass. I just put them all in here because we will mostly use them for the ink right now. Okay, you get this glass. And you can now continue to make the ink. Let's move this up. And invest some more calories. $80 ink means we can make 20 modern research papers. Let me see. When we make advanced upgrades, let me queue 5 for now. Or 10. I think I have 10 or more than 10 tables. I mean, I have 3 cast iron stoves. I have 3 blast furnaces. Those are 6 already. 4 mechanics tables. That's already 10. Plus some more. So we queue 10 for now. And that means we need 10 modern geopapers. There are 2 variants. One is made with glass, but that would basically use up all of my glass that I have. Instead, I could try to make them with brick. So let's start one of these for now. Take the truck and get the bricks. Do I have the bricks actually? I have 8. So let's fire up a few more. 40 for now. Or rather 21, because then I can take my very first upgrade and put it in here to make the next bricks cheaper. Because brick making in here as well as in here takes advanced upgrades, and this one takes advanced upgrades as well. So yeah, we will need way more than the 10 I just queued. But it also means we will have to piece by piece craft the bricks and the glass that is needed to actually do the work. I guess we don't need that. And I could go ahead and have you use stuff directly from the truck as well. Let me just run back and forth and bring those bricks over. Painting level 5. At level 6 we get additional bonus for to use a bit less, I think. We will see. I guess we can move these over. The white powder I will leave over here for now, because at some point when we have advanced smelting, we can use the white powder to make toilets, which is, I guess, one of the last things that I will be making for the houses. These can go in here so we can make colorful paint. You are working on your very first one, right? So, yes, the one paper is done. I think I will leave the glass for the ink. Or do I? You can also access the truck if you have access. Yes, you have. So there's 100 more glass in storage than we actually need right now for the AT ink. Well, no, I think I will leave it as is. Use the glass for ink, use bricks for the papers. But I think we will use this one advanced upgrade now. Put it in here. and start making more bricks. 200. I guess so. And then we will need lots of mortar. So let's craft 300 maybe. Or 180, let's say. But yeah, from now it's a bit slow going, piece by piece, making the papers, making the upgrades, distributing the upgrades. I guess the first upgrades will go, well, the first one is in here already. Next one will probably go in here, so we can make more wet bricks. I will turn this one off for now. In here. And then 1 or 2 of the stoves, and then piece by piece I will add upgrades to all these tables. But I will take that offline, as well as the painting. And then I will see you on the other side so we can have a look at what we have achieved with the painting alone. See you on the other side. Alright, it's a couple hours later, and I've made a total of 20 advanced upgrades. So 14 are still in here because I don't see the need to put them actually in the tables, because the next thing will be to upgrade them to advanced upgrades 2. As you can see, I painted the kitchen, made the whole floor green. I made the upper row of lumber up there black as it gets. And where are those missing 6 upgrades? Well, we already had 2 over in the 2 tables for brick making. A third is not over here. So where did I put it? I have 1 more upgrade back here in the sawmill. Alright, I have 2 in 2 of the cast iron stoves, and the 6th is over here in the quicklime blast furnace to make a bit better quicklime. So what else happened in these last hours? Well, I dug for a lot of sand, I dug for a lot of clay to make all the bricks, and I replaced, after making all the quicklime, I could move the limestone from these smaller stockpiles over to the next larger stockpile and replace this room with a large stockpile. Sadly, none of my existing tables have access to that, so I'm right now only using it for storing all the dirt. Because all the clay that I dug up and some of the sandstone that I converted into sand is from back here. The 5-tile high hill that was behind here has almost completely been dug out, and what's left is a bunch of clay and a bit of shale back here. But I guess I will dig that up when it's needed, not right now. Right now I'm close to finished with I am finished with the 20 advanced upgrades. I guess there will be a few more, because in total I think I will have like 22, 23 tables that need them. But for this episode there is not that much more to do. So one thing I wanted to do is to add the text for the painting skill up here. Because that's in here as well. And then of course we have to track this over here. Let's copy the done from up here and put it in here. So the next skill will be fertilizers. Why fertilizers? Because that's what it needed to make advanced upgrades 2. If you look over here, advanced upgrade 2 takes normal advanced upgrades. We have those. Basic research, we have a couple of those. I'll probably make a few more. But these basically come from, well, just stone that I can't use for anything else. And then we will need agriculture research paper. And those need fertilizer skill and all kinds of fertilizers to be made. So this is to be prepared for next time. This time I think there's not that much more to do except one thing, because for all the glass and bricks I had to use quite a lot of sand, and most of the sand I got by mining sandstone, mining granite, and crushing that down and milling it to sand. And you see over here I dug a bit deeper, and well, it's a bit tedious to get all that sand. And we also need sand for mortar right now. So what I would like to do as the final step in this episode is make a baking oven, because we can use a baking oven to make mortar in other ways. Because when we have a look at this, masonry mortar is made by 3 different recipes in the bakery oven. Big mortar is just using wood pulp, but 4.75 and not 5 like in the campfire. Wheat or rice, and we have tons of rice. And when we supply the bakery oven with an advanced upgrade, then it will even become less rice to use, so we can use our sand for other things. So let's go right ahead, and I think the bakery oven is made over here, and there we are. We will need 18 bricks, so I'll queue 20 for now. We will need iron bars 9 and 1 cooking utensil, so let's just queue 1 bakery oven and get what we need. And you will have to make some more mortar. I think 40 should be enough. Here storage has... well, the bloomery should not put into here, it should take from here, right? $19 of these, and over here we have some more cooking utensils. Let's see, you only needed 9, right? Okay, that's okay. And you go in here and get used immediately. We have enough mortar. We have enough bricks after this. Or we have already enough bricks right now. So let's make the bakery oven. Put these back. And in 1.5 minutes we can get the oven, and let's see whether we have space for it over here. I guess I can fit it in between these two. And if not, I can probably move this one somewhere else. Let me see. Take this one, move it over here. Take this one, over there. And now this milling box can be put here. I guess I will still have to move some things around later when I want to fit a bakery oven in each kitchen. But that is a problem for future me. I'll probably move the campfire out of here, because it's not used that often anymore. I can just put it down here besides the drying rack, because it can perfectly work outside. But it's 10 seconds to go until the oven is done. And here we go. Let's see how big this is. Not that big, actually. So we can put this one over here. You don't have fuel, that's okay. Storages. You can take from the storage silo. And then your first thing should be cooked food 2, I guess, to put stuff into. Or should we use a different one for baked goods? Let's say baked goods over here. This goes to the top. And then I don't want to put stuff into the pelts, but I guess we can use the milling chest. To put our mortar into. These are all quite full, but, well, that's how it is, right? Except for the butcher one, but this one can get quite full if I put carcasses in there. I might be able to move the pelts somewhere else, so let's put this one up. I mean, this is just for mortar, so it can just distribute it over these two. I don't mind. Okay. Let's quickly get some charcoal to fire up the oven. And then I guess we will make some rice mortar. And that is that. And now we just need a advanced upgrade. You're smoking? Yeah, because your millstone is about to wear out. So some of the tables have parts. And when we work them too much, then we will have to replace these parts. But that's okay. Modules, you go in here. And over here we can make rice mortar. Everything else is baking profession or advanced baking profession, so we can't make anything but the mortar. So 3 rice take less than 7. No, 3 mortar take less than 7 rice. So let's see, 200, 2000. Okay, we can divide this by 2. So 100, and half that is 50. Half that is 25. Let's make 25 crafts of this to get 75 mortar. I guess 100. We have over 2000 rice, so this is more than enough to do all kinds of things. Alright. I think that's it for this episode. I will do some housekeeping stuff off camera, like maybe moving around the blast furnaces and the large lumber stockpile down here, so more of the tables can access it. Another thing will be to prepare storages for fertilizers, maybe at a second farmer's table for fertilizers. But I will take that off camera. See you in the next episode that will start in, well, 2.5 hours, when we are close to getting the fertilizer skill. Thank you so much for watching. Take care and bye bye.